What's up is down, what's left is right. Chasing stars and holding you. I can't see the end, but we'll see it through. Times don't fly too high. Be sure to keep the ground in sight. Fly forever if you keep it tight. Love the world but keep the sky on your mind.
Hello. Welcome to the second live stream of the day. Actually, I'm back again with this particular live stream. And in this one, we're going to be flying in Venice. Okay. So here we have the amphibian variant of the Cessna Caravan Pro that I haven't actually flown much, but I did check it out. I just haven't flown it in an actual flight, or I haven't streamed with it yet. So here it is, the amphibian variant of the Cessna Caravan Pro, which is pretty awesome if you ask me. This thing is absolutely brilliant. It's really cool to fly. You can see it has got these pretty much boat-like floats here. Very solid, about 30 feet. Very long. You got the water rudder right here that you can lower for better control to steer whilst the aircraft is on the water. That's brilliant. It's a great aircraft. It is a great aircraft. Yes, it is. Okay, I've got head tracking working. And I gotta confess something. I have no idea how the head tracking is working right now. I really have no idea, because apparently I'm supposed to be connected to this using USB, but I'm not connected. So how is the head tracking working? I have no idea. It's like magic. Here it is working, though. I've just given it a little bit of a shake so we can have a more realistic realistic experience here. Give me a second while I set up my chair here. All right, there we go. So yeah, I've given it just enough movement to give us a realistic feel, but apart from that, not much going on. Okay, great. Let's now go ahead and jump into our aircraft. Actually, before we do that, let me go to drone view here, just so we understand where exactly we are. We are at the airstrip LIPV. It's not a handcrafted airstrip, as you can probably tell by the terrible textures very close to it. Excuse me. But yeah, we can see beautiful Venice right there. Ahead of us, there is Venice. And we have a beautiful long sandbar kind of island here that we can explore. So looking forward to doing that. And we've got plenty of water all around us for us to perform a couple of landings, take a closer look at some of these features that we see along us. So that is today's plan, to fly around this beautiful area and take a good look at it. Okay, given all of that, let's head back down. Oh, what is here? This could be really good scenery if it's cleaned up a little bit, isn't it? What is here, though? Interesting. Look at these terrible textures here in MSFS. Could be such a good place if the scenery here worked well. Maybe there's some improvements that I can probably install for Venice, huh? Okay, anyway. Given all of that, let's just jump back into the aircraft just like that. All right, great. Great. Now, this aircraft is not set up for us. Realistic yoke, and that's pretty much it. Okay, great. Let's put this in this position here. And I'm going to save this view because this view for some reason never comes through. So we need to put this view right here. Oh gosh. Wait, hold on. Just so I can get it ready. Let me turn off my head tracking. There you go. Come on. Yeah, that's good enough, I suppose. We could always use that. Yep, there we go. And let's go down a little bit. That's good enough, right? Yep, that seems definitely good enough. All right, so we can save this view here and then... Okay, great. We can put back our head tracking. There we go. All right, nice and easy. Let's put GNS 430. We're going to confirm that. We're going to go to payload. Today, we don't want any payload per se. We don't want any passengers either. It's just us checking out some scenery here. Engine stuff is looking good. Cabin 11 degrees. It's cold, but we'll warm it up in a second. Failures. Let's turn that off. Reset everything. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. We are ready to roll here. Okay, let's hide the yoke there. Remove that. Nav lights can go on. Let's get our fuel selectors up and running. Brilliant. Propeller to max RPM there. Let's get the battery on, beacon lights on, avionics 1 switch on. There we go. Let's run our fuel boost already. Okay, we'll wait for that fuel. Control. Okay, there we go. FCU is green, ignition to on now, and let's go and start our engine. Okay, above 12 NG, low idle. Oh, I know why it's performing this weird sound. Excuse me while I load the correct FS. Okay, let's put the starter to off. There we go. Ignition to normal. Let me just quickly get this under control here. There we go. That's much better. FS realistic was being a little bit unrealistic. So, there we go. Okay. There we go. We are ready. So there we go. Great. Let's come back here. Fuel boost to normal. Generator, let's reset that. Standby power, let's switch that on. Avionics power, I'm gonna put that on. Propeller to idle there. There we go. All right. That's great. Fantastic. Okay. Taxi lights can come on. Is there anything else that we need to do this side? I don't think so. Everything is looking good. Flaps can come down. There we go. That's great. What else? What else? Let's put this on standby for the time being. That's already good. Our current altitude should be very close to sea level. Yes, it is. It's pretty much sea level. So we're going to go up to 3,000 feet. Nothing higher today. We just want to stay close to the ground and enjoy our scenery here. Inertial separators can be engaged. Let's go take a look at our cabin. We need a bit of warming up, don't we? So we're going to warm that up. We're going to go towards ventilate. We're going to put that up on high. No GPS position. Wait for the thing to finish acquiring the GPS positions. And then we can get on out of here. And we can taxi on out of here, all right? Oh, passenger signs can also come on now. Brilliant. Let's just quickly look around. Nice. Very nice. Oh, there's another Cessna Caravan. The land version with the cargo port right there. Got our passenger views available to us right here. Brilliant. Okay, GPS is running. It's time for us to get on out of here. It really is. Alright? Yeah, everything is looking good. Alrighty, let's release our parking brake and we'll go for takeoff. It's supposed to be somewhere there, so it shouldn't be too difficult for us. But let's see what we can do. Let us see what we can do. Alright. Release parking brake. Give it a bit of throttle there. What's the throttle? Okay. Why isn't the aircraft moving? There we go. We're moving now. There we go. Oh yeah, this is a grass airport, by the way. So it's pretty much, we can just go on the grass. It's a grass field. So yeah, okay, I forgot about that. My bad. There you go, that is the runway, pretty much. Can't even tell where it starts or ends. It's crazy. Okay. Okay, let's park ourselves up there. It's looking good. Do we need short takeoff? I think we need short takeoff today. Let me try. Put it to 20 there. Go to high, go to that. Beacon lights, all of that on. We don't need any anti-ice today. Let's turn that off for the time being. Okay. We'll leave these on high, by the way. Okay, condition lever, if I can reach it, needs to go to high idle. There we go. Are we gonna make this? I don't know. Let's release the parking brake. Okay, we should be able to take off. Yep, nice and easy. There we go. Nice and easy. Let's cut back on that propeller RPM a little bit. Gonna put that flap up. There we go. We can give it off to the autopilot here. Brilliant. Oh, it's gonna go down. Yes, please. Let's go up by 400 or 500. Okay, we can lock that in. We can bring that to power. We can heat up our thing. And let's go this way with heading mode. There we go. We are looking good. Our propeller torque, engine torque is a little too high. RPM can be tuned down just a little bit. Not too much. There we go. And that should get our ITT under control. Nice. So let's turn around here. We'll stay at this altitude. You know what? I just want to stay at this altitude, which is about 1,000. And I'll go for 1,500. That's literally it. That's literally it. And I don't want to be too fast today either. We want to enjoy the views. So let me just cut back on that torque significantly here. Here we go. Let's go ahead and take a look at Venice, ladies and gentlemen. Let's turn to the left. Okay, we'll put these off. Everything else is looking good. Yeah, everything else is looking good. Got that pulled up. Excellent. All right. Let's fly on over to Venice. Take a look at the views here as we fly along. That's the whole point of today's flight. Okay. Very nice. Very, very nice. Check that out. Perhaps we could land amongst... Yeah, we could land on some of these waterways as well. We're going to do that in just a bit. After we finish taking a look at some of the beautiful scenery around these parts. I'm going to go ahead and take a look at... that is beautiful. There is no denying that. It's very nice. Okay. Stop making that annoying sound. Well, let's climb a little bit higher. I think 2,000 is a good place to be at. So let's climb up to 2,000. Gonna ask the heading to take us straight back this way. Also catching a glimpse of this beautiful piece of land here. Very nice. Could land along these beaches, perhaps even take the aircraft onto the beach. We're gonna try that in a bit. As long as there are no rocks on the beach, we should be fine. So, alright, there we go. Very nice. We're coming back around. Just take a look at Venice here one more time. Let's come back around here. Let's take a look, shall we? We're also going to be boating on the water a little bit today, so we get a better view there. Okay, coming up on 2,000 feet, I suppose. Oh no, there's 1,000 feet right now. Oh, let me hold altitude. What the hell? Let me hold this altitude 1,000 feet. Very nice. Beautiful. Very nice. Look at these buildings. We need to take a closer look at these buildings, and we will. We will. We're gonna fly closer in there to Venice. We're gonna explore it a little better, especially with our boat. By boat, I mean our floats is what I mean. So yeah, we're gonna explore it a little bit more with the floats going on there. Very nice. Absolutely lovely is what it is. Very, very nice, man. Damn, check that out. We got some cruise ships right there at the port. See if we can land in these waterways here. We'll definitely try navigating some of these waterways with our aircraft here for sure. So it's going to be pretty fun today. Let's head off to the right again. So we can take one more look around Venice before we go and land in here and take a look at what we can do. A little mischievous stuff. So we'll land in here first, I guess. That's a good place to land. Okay. Beautiful. I hate this annoying sound that it makes. Bring it down to 1,000 feet. Let's put that down there. There you go. Don't make that annoying sound anymore. Just take me to 1,000 feet and leave me there. That's all I'm asking for. There we go. Nice. Beautiful. Let's move on again to the right one more time. Shall we do that? There we go. Beautiful. Are we looking good on the engine? Yeah, we're great on the engine. I don't want to go too fast today. I really want to enjoy the views, so it's brilliant. A sightseeing tour of Venice with the Cessna Caravan. Doesn't get better. Doesn't get much better than these, does it? Venice, ladies and gentlemen, Venice. Obviously, some of these waterways are way too narrow for us to even have a hope of going in, but well, there's a helipad there. Is that a hospital helipad? It looks like it. I'm not sure if it is, but it is a helipad. Okay. Great, I think it's time for us to land into the city of Venice and see what's going on here, isn't it? I think it's time for us to land in here. So I'm going to take manual control of the aircraft. I'm also going to put down our water rudder here for better control. I'll put our gear up for water landings. Okay, I'll take control. There we go. I'm not really going to bother with the flaps that much today. Cut the throttle out almost fully. Put RPM on high for landing. But we are having a bit of fun. There we go. Let's come in. Got enough speed for this. Let's come in near the lighthouse. Shall we come in near the lighthouse? Yes, we shall. Okay, let's go in near the lighthouse.
Water landing.
Yep, gear up for water landing. Brilliant. What is the warning light telling us to do? Gear advisory. Oh, that's okay. Here we go. Let's put down our flaps. We're entering Venice, ladies and gentlemen. Give it a bit of... We need a bit of torque. Okay, there we go. Get out of my way, boat. Get out of my way. Okay, we're not gonna... Just gonna fly right past the boat there. There we go. Let's come into land. Shall we do that? Okay, water landings are never easy, but hopefully the waves here aren't too bad. Let's find out. Here we go. Okay. Oh, come on. Good Lord, why isn't the... Oh, that took a while for that to engage. There you go. I don't know why that didn't engage. Goodness me, that's crazy. I don't know why that didn't engage. That's not right. Okay, anyway. There we go. We are in Venice, ladies and gentlemen. We're in Venice. We're a boat, essentially, at this point. Check us out. I don't want to take off. Alright, welcome to Venice. Welcome to Venice. Let's see if we can get in on some of these waterways, shall we? Let me get inside the boat. Let's see if I can get in. Why are we tilted to one side? That's interesting. Yeah, we're tilted to one side. Quite badly, as a matter of fact. Let's see if we can get in anywhere. Should be able to get in. I know there's a place we can pass through right here. Yep, there's a place we can pass through. If it's modeled correctly. Look at the textures here. They're terrible. Why are the textures here so bad? Come on, Microsoft. Could have done a better job. Hopefully there's no issues in the water. But these textures are terrible. Could have done a better job with these textures. Goodness me. There's even a gate at the front. We can't really do much here. Well, 24 was supposed to be all to end all. Yeah, this is where MSFS 2024 does not shine very much. I mean, what the heck is this? What is all of this, man? Come on. Some terrible textures in one of the most beautiful places in the world. This is where it doesn't work, you know what I mean? This is where it doesn't work. Let's see if we can turn around successfully here. It's going to be difficult, isn't it? Okay, let's put reverse on this. There we go. 24 has physics and most scenery that is supposed to sell. And for some, I agree. Yeah, for some, it's good, but there we go. We're now boating, ladies and gentlemen. That was pretty good. We're now boating in Venice. But yeah, that sucks. Yeah, there are lots of places in MSFS where the scenery is just horrible because of the textures. The texture is just absolutely abysmal, and I don't get it. Why it's like that? Till they do a proper update of the area, the texture is just going to be abysmal. But it's fun to be boating around here in Venice. So let's go boating in Venice, huh? Let's see if we can find another little sliver we can enter. As a matter of fact, we can enter the main, some of the main waterways in Venice. So we can try that. Let's try that. Oh look, a boat. We're getting a little too comfortable boating here. Let's slow ourselves down. Okay, let's see if we can enter a canal here. No, we can't. See that? The texture is terrible there. We can't enter that. See? We cannot enter that. I mean, in either case, there's a bridge over it. So we can't enter that anyway. We'll go around though. We can go around. So that's pretty cool. There we go. It's not too bad. That's pretty bad, but yeah. Let's see what we can do. Let's boat around here, maybe go in through, and then we'll take off. Yeah, let's see what we can do here. Let's give it a bit of throttle. Ooh, we gotta be careful here. This thing can't really turn effectively more than 40 knots, so we gotta be careful. We gotta be very gentle with our turning. When we hit about 40 knots on the water, we gotta be very gentle with our turning, otherwise we're gonna tip. If you look at the right hand side, we can see that the wing is almost touching the water. at times, and we don't want that. Look at that. You know what I mean? We don't want that. There we go. Okay, let's turn this boat around. Oh, oh. Let's try and enter the main Venezia. The main, which language should I go with? Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna stick to English. So let's just, oh, we saw that coming. There's a little bit of a bump there. That's okay. So here we are entering the main Venetian waterway. So let's try and enter that a little gently. Oh, too much. Come on, why are we being pushed off to our... Let's open up our throttle a little bit for this. There we go. Okay, this is a bad idea to enter it because it's not done well. The main Venetian waterway right here is not... Yeah, it doesn't look that good. These buildings would look so beautiful where the texture is half decent. God damn, what a shame. No. Why are you so fast? Why are we tipping so badly as well, huh? This is interesting. This is interesting. Let's see. Come on. Uh-oh. So we can't cross the waterway because of this thing right here. Yesterday I docked with the Caravan the slowest I could, gently touched the dock, and Asobo threw me into the air about 5 feet and I hit why it put me back. Yeah. See, that's something that happens a lot in 2020. 500 feet, oh goodness. So that's something that happens a lot in 2020. You get thrown around. And once you do crash, you gotta restart the flight. Now that's one of the big things about 2020 I don't like. In 2024, it just lets you resume from where you left off. Okay, here we go. We need to turn around here. And we need to get out of here. The wheels still turn as if they're on the ground, and that's quite annoying. So that's one detail I've noticed. The wheels, they continue to turn as, like, why are you turning? As if nothing's happened. Like, why are you turning? As usual. As if you're on asphalt. It doesn't make any sense, man. Like, why turn? So that's something that I find quite annoying. But yeah. So since we can't pass that giant texture wall right there, because we're gonna crash if we try to, it's supposed to be a giant bridge that we can pass under. Fix the Venetian scenery, Microsoft. So we can do cool stuff like this, so we can explore Venice. I mean, this is the whole point of having a freaking boat. When Asobo makes me... Whoa, what's happening right now? Our boat is refusing to handle, ladies and gentlemen. Our boat is refusing to handle. Would you check that out? Yeah. That's a sad part. I think I should try this in 2020. I think it would be fun in 2020. Yeah, I'll try it in 2020. How about that? So for now, I'll keep it like this. I'm gonna open up the throttles here for us. Come on. Go forward. What? What is this aircraft doing? I can't get myself out of here. It just keeps turning. Like, I'm not joking. I can't get myself out of here. Yeah, water behavior is still kind of weird, I'm not gonna lie. It's very weird. Because technically I should be able to take off straight up, right? But I can't. I just can't. Because it won't let me. That's weird. Well, we're supposed to leave these on, but hey. Come on, open up the throttle, okay? There we go. Okay, this time we've managed. Great. Much better. And let's go. Yep, I know. There we go. Flap up. Look at our speed rising. There we go. We're out of here. Caravan. Ask for the autopilot here. Ask for some VS. Okay, good. We can put our flaps up. That can go in. Good. Let's cut down on that. We don't need this much. Let us cut this way and we'll go to heading mode. And we'll explore this little island bar here, right? Since we can't do much in Venice. We can't do much in Venice, unfortunately. We just can't. So let's just head on this way. Down this beautiful little bar. There's the airport we took off from, by the way, right there. And we'll take a look around this particular area. Alright. We'll see if we can drive our aircraft onto the beach. Let's first fly over this area. Take a good look at it. Speed increasing, everything looking good. And we're supposed to leave our transponder on. We don't need weather radar today. Beautiful. Oh, we got our engine condition a little bit low here. Wonder what happened. I'm gonna leave it like that though. Not gonna repair it. Let's turn it in just a little bit. Take a look at that view. Very nice. Got some lighthouses here. Very, very cool. Seems like the entrance into Venice in a way, if you think about it. From the Adriatic. So, yeah, very nice. Very, very nice. We're going to go to the end of the strip here and then we're going to come in manually. I'm going to take manual control and then I'm going to fly it over so we can take some of the views in. We can enjoy it. Alrighty. Okay, time for us to turn back around. There's the end of the strip coming up, so let's turn back around here, shall we? Let's turn back around manually. So I'm just gonna give it my aircraft. Gonna cut back on the throttle. Okay, let's turn back around here. See if we can land on the beach. Yeah, that would be fun. So let's try that. Let's try that first. Let's try that first. Whoa, look at that VS.
For water landing.
Yep, gears up for water landing. Our water rudder is engaged. We should ideally keep that up for landing, shouldn't we? That's okay. Cutting down on torque. Let's see if we can land ourselves into the beach or near the beach, really. Oh, 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 oh.
Gear. Check. Gear is up for water landing.
Whoa, cool. There we go. Slow ourselves down here. Gear flaps down. It's a little too fast for water landing, to be honest with you. Let's put all our flaps down. Yeah, we're way too fast. We either cut the throttle or we are going to suffer. Oh gosh. Yep. There we go. We should not have touched down that fast. Yeah, but we're okay. We should not have touched down that fast, but we're okay. Bumpy, but we're okay. Let's turn that around. Not recommended to do it this way, by the way. Let's turn ourselves around. Let's see. Any of these beaches actually smooth enough for us to try and put ourselves on? I don't think so, right? We can get on dry land. I know we can. Like, for example, right here, we can go in and we can say drop a gear. I know that works. Okay, and we can literally just climb onto the land. There we go. We are on land. Okay. There we go, we're on land. We could use these ramps. Well, they're not technically supposed to be ramps, but we can use them. That's pretty cool. Let's try that. Why don't we just try that? A bit more power here. Oh, come on, be careful. Alright. Alright. There we go. Wait, let's see. There we go, and gear up. Oh, okay, that's much better. That's much better. That is much better. Interesting. You can actually do that. Ah, who knew? Let me try that again, because that was fun. Should I try that again? I should, huh? Give ourselves some power here to turn around. There we go. There we go. Where's that ramp? Oh, there it is, right there. Can try that. Okay. Whoa. Well, I'm going to try this in my hometown area despite the water physics in 2020. Ciao. All right. See ya, Mr. Mike Coffee. Here we are. We are able to do this. We should have the water rudder up for this. Seriously, we're damaging it. But see ya, Mr. Mike Coffee. 10. Let me go ahead and reverse ourselves out of here. Back on into the water if I can, or we are stuck. Oh, looks like we're stuck. Yeah, looks like we're stuck. Looks like we are stuck. What are we gonna do? Only one thing to do. That is to go forward and turn. And let's see what we can do here. There we go. Now we can take us into the water. There we go. Gear up. Come on. There we go. Now we're back in the water. Ta-da! There we go. Great. Alright, fantastic. Let's go ahead and take off, shall we? I'm actually not going to use any flaps for takeoff. I'm just going to give it power. Hope for the best. Engine condition on 95 from all this back and forth. But that is to be expected. Okay, takeoff time. It's gonna gain a bit of speed here. Cut back on that. There we go. Beautiful lighthouse, at least to our left. Very nice. The lighthouses at least look half decent, I would suppose, right? There we go. There's still the textures are still terrible. Look at that. Textures are still terrible. Okay. Interesting though. Very nice. All right, ladies and gentlemen. That is fun. That is not too bad. Let's take a look at this entire area, shall we? Whee, that is too fast, but yeah, let's just take a look at this entire area. We're gonna fly over quite quickly here. I'm going to give it off to the autopilot for just a second because I want to put this back up. We're not going to be using it again, are we? No. Oh, God. There we go. Back to me. All right. Terrible textures everywhere. That's really ruining it. Terrible textures everywhere, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. That wasn't half bad, but I need to try this in 2020 with much better textures to see what that looks like. we're flying on to San Nicolo, where we took off from. See if we can land. Oh, there it is. There's our airport we took off from. Let's put our flaps down for landing. Let's put our gear down for landing as well. There we go. Let's put our inertial separators out. Whoa, that was rough. Let's see if we can come in and land here, shall we? I'm gonna leave the AC on for this landing though. We need the landing lights. Boom, boom. I had to let go of the mouse there. RPM max. And let's go in and land. There we go. Coming into land. Whoa, hold on. We don't have sky dolly running, ladies and gentlemen. We really don't. Okay, there's nothing I can do now. There's nothing I can do now, so I'm just gonna... Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Back under control. Okay. Got it. Back under control. This aircraft sits significantly above the ground when compared to your land versions of the aircraft. Now we need a landing replay, so I think what I can do is let me go ahead and take off. Let me go ahead and take off, and then we'll perform a landing with a landing replay. Okay? So let's try that. Let's get this boy back in the air for that. We'll have a landing with a landing replay. So let's do that. So we messed around today quite a bit, and we can tell by the engine condition at about 95 that we've done some level of messing around, which we shouldn't have. I'm going to put the flaps up just to gain some speed. There we go. Then we're going to turn back around and come back in for a landing. Okay. Let's turn this thing around and come back in for a landing. Beautiful. Very, very nice. Head tracking is still on. Yes, it is. Let's turn back around. Let's go max RPM. Put that flap down. Let's cut that torque. And boom, let's go in for that landing. Alright, this time everything is configured properly. I think it'll be okay. Any FOD at the moment? Nothing. Let's see how that looks like after we land. Throttle cut completely, flaps down. Gonna leave torque available to us, but very low. There we go. Good. Let's see if we can make this. See, there's some sort of crazy wind when we come in here, but that's okay. Let's try to make this. Yep, there's the wind right there, wind shear. There we go. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to San Nicolo, where we took off from. All right. Got landing replay available for that. Before we do, let me just go ahead and park our lovely aircraft right about there. Okay. So let me just do that. Give it a bit of power here. Put the flaps back up. Yep, see, there's FOD here. Quite a bit of it, as a matter of fact. This is supposed to be a taxiway of some sort, by the way. Alright, let's go ahead and park this aircraft. Fuel box here. Some sort of diamond aircraft, I believe. Go ahead. Park right here. Okay. That is good enough. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and take a look at that landing replay. Before we go any further, let's go ahead and take a look at the landing replay. And then we'll see. We'll see how we did. Okay, coming on, come on. Let's clean that out. Rewind this. Okay, let's play. We've been having this malfunction thing when we try to do landing replays, so ignore that. Try that from another view. Okay, let's put our drone camera right here. How about that? Let's try that. That is a sweet landing. That is a sweet landing. Let's try that one more time from this side. And we'll see what the passengers saw before we wind up our aircraft and shut it down. Beautiful. Let's now go ahead and see what the passengers saw as we came into land. Yeah, let's check that out really quickly here. Come down here, get in there, get in here, get in here. Let's try this view. Let us try this view. Okay, not too terrible. One last landing replay. Maybe two. Maybe two at most, but not more than that. Then we can call it. Brilliant. Last landing replay. This will be from the dash, or rather, what do you call this for aircrafts? I have no idea what you call it, but this is what it is. Okie dokie. That was pretty fun. Let's go back to where we left off our aircraft. I need to redo this flight in Microsoft Flight Sim 2020 because of the absolutely horrible textures we have here in 2024. We weren't able to enjoy Venice. So I need to try this in 2020 to see whether it's better in 2020. So I have to actually install the 2020 Amphibian version of this aircraft, and I'll try it out. In fact, that can be a very nice exercise just to see what it looks like, right? Okay, let's see, where have we left our aircraft? Today's flight report, pretty bad. 95% engine condition. We're going to repair it right now, but yeah. It's because we messed around a lot with the reverse thrust, getting off and on land and all that stuff, so I'm not too surprised. Cabin's looking fine though, alright? Great, let's turn off that. Let's turn these three off. Let's put that down. Let's disengage the inertial separator there. Let's put that back to idle there. Those two are pushed in. Let's turn off all the lights we don't need right now. And then let us go ahead and shut down the engine. Feather all the way to cutoff. There we go. Good. Good. We can release this. We can put that back in. I like to do that. But you really don't need to. Alright, beacon lights off. Let's put these two to off. That can come off. That's off already. That's there. This can come off. That's tripped. Good. We can go ahead, switch that off. Put that down off. Are the flaps up? Yes, they are. And we can put our fuel selectors to off here. Excellent. All of that is done. Let's come to options here. Let's put our wheel chocks, rudder lock, and our pitot covers, and our engine covers. And battery... Oh, sorry. Battery off. My bad. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, there it is. Welcome to San Nicolo. Welcome back to San Nicolo, I should say. Yeah. So that was a fun little flight. It was kind of ruined by the terrible textures around Venice. So we're gonna have to try this in 2020 to see how that looks like. Maybe it looks better, and if it does, then we're gonna enjoy it much better in 2020. So we're gonna take a look at that for sure to compare the two and see which one is better. Money's on 2020 at the moment. But yeah, thank you very much for tuning in, everybody who tuned in to watch today's live stream. It was still rather fun, short but sweet live stream. We still need to go and check out part 2 of this where I go to 2020, so something I need to keep in mind here. Nonetheless, thank you very much for tuning in, especially Mr. Mike Coffee, who was active in the chat. Thank you so much once again. Thank you to everybody who tuned in, whether you were in the chat or not. Thank you so much. All right. That being said, have a good day. This will be probably my last stream for the next 10 hours or so. Maybe less, I don't know. But I will catch you in the next one. Go check out the channel, like, subscribe, do all that good stuff that helps out the channel. And until next time, take care. Have a good day. Bye-bye.